Hey everyone, it's February 19th, Wednesday. My name is Dan Charles with Light Forex. I'm going to break down the major Forex pairs, starting with the Australian USD. Please hit the subscribe button to get more videos and go to Light Forex in the description box below this video. Okay, let's start with the Australian USD. As always, I got my daily, my weekly, my monthly, my 240 and my 60-minute charts. And I always have my Forex pairs with my futures currencies below. Okay, so Australian USD is definitely looking to go lower, but we're in this kind of choppy sideways area. And I talked about this low that needed to hold, and the low was 0.6662, and you can see support was hit today. So the low on the 10th of February was 6665, and that exact 6665 price was hit, pulling up slightly. But this is still looking bearish. You can just see the trend is clearly lower, putting in lower highs. But as long as we're in this kind of choppy range, we could easily find support and have a nice breakout. And then once you start breaking above some of these levels, like 6735 and 6747, then we can start looking for more of a bullish setup. If we look at the weekly chart here, you can see that support hit, clearly wanting to trend lower. And the monthly, not a lot of range this month of February, but you can just see price open down here at 6684. The bulls were trying to drive price up, and here they are driving back down. So the momentum is clearly to the downside, but let's see if those support levels can hold. Let's take a look at the Australian futures. Okay, Australian futures, so it does look to me like we are trying to hold the low here. Oops. The low 6666. The low today 6668. So we're pulling up. Let's see if this rebound comes tomorrow after hitting that support. All right, Euro USD. So I just been saying this has just been extremely bearish. We are going to have a rebound. It is going to come, and that happened today. Not a huge rebound, but it really needed to have this rebound. So tomorrow is going to be critical to see if this rebound continues or the bear trend continues. Now, when I look at this, I see that there's more upside coming. If we look at the 240, you can just see we have some support around 1.790. So our lows are around that price on this 240 minute. Yeah, I'm expecting more upside on the Euro USD. Let's take a look at the Euro futures. Yeah, the Euro futures, the low. So we got some support around 1.08 thousand. Now, one thing I will note is when you look at the 60, this candle right here breaking out, and it does appear that we could come back a little bit. So let's say if we, which is roughly going to be the center of this big rangy candle, let's see if it can hold that support at 1.08210. Maybe it pulls back, turns around, and continues this uptrend. I just think there's some more upside on the euro. Okay, on to the pound USD. Pound USD really dropping heavy today, but it's looking like it is hitting some support price. So we had this low going back December 23, 1.2905, and 1.2907 was hit, and it slightly pulled up on that price. But realistically, this looks extremely bearish. I'm anticipating more lows coming. We got to see if it can take out this recent low, put in on the 10th of February 1.2872. Let's see if it can hold the support that was hit today, and then it'll come down and potentially test that. But it just looks bearish. Now the lower time frames, the 240, big drop here. Normally you're going to get a little bit more of a pullback. We're just going straight down, so I wouldn't doubt if we pull up a little bit more before the downtrend continues. But it just looks bearish going forward for the pound USD, but it could easily pull up a little bit before it continues the downtrend. But it has to break those support levels. Let's take a look at the pound futures. It's not much different on the pound futures. You can see the low 29.16. Yeah, really pretty much the same thing we just looked at. Let's look at the New Zealand US dollar. So New Zealand US dollar, very bearish setting up yesterday. But just like the Australian, this is kind of jigsawing. It's trying to figure out if it's going to continue this move down or it's going to start breaking above some of these resistance levels and going a bit of a trend change, a reversal. Right now, I don't see any signs of that. It just looks like we're going to be bearish, but you have to point out that it is holding some support at this price. And that price where it's currently at roughly 63.85. You can see here we had support at that price, bounced, pulled back. We closed right around that support price yesterday. We did pull up today, coming back down, and we're hovering around that price. So although this looks really, really bearish, we have to watch that support because it could easily bounce off that support. But realistically, I'd like to see this above, say, 0.6436 to really consider this a trend reversal. So let's see if that can happen. You can see that support on the weekly here at that low 6378. Looking at the 60-minute chart, you can see that support right there, 6371, pulling up. But yeah, I'd like to see this, well, 6400. It'd be nice to see it break above that price to really confirm the uptrend. We're a ways away from that price right now. And the 240 does look like this is trying to put in a bottom here. So here's that 64 roughly price. So you can just see if it broke above that price, we could definitely see a trend reversal coming. Okay, New Zealand futures. Not much different to report. You can see holding that support roughly around that low 6384. Yeah, let's see if this can have that rebound. All right, USD Canadian dollar. So after hitting this resistance up around 33.28 roughly, pulling back, we were holding some support around 32.37. But then we busted through that support. We busted through that level, and we're continuing to go lower. Now we did hit a low today of 32.15 as of right now. I'd like to see this above 32.60 to really confirm a turnaround. I think this looks more bearish. Even the monthly chart, you can see here the momentum is now to the downside. February started around this 32.36 on that open. The bulls drove it up, and now the bears are driving it down. The momentum is to the downside. I think it could come down a little bit more, but I think it'll be due for that rebound. And you can just see the way the pattern is. It's down, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. I could easily see this coming down a little bit more tomorrow, but then having that rebound. So look for that. You can see the 240, the higher time frames, sorry, the lower time frames. It's putting in some higher lows. There is some resistance, but you can just see a break above 32.53 and 32.67 would really confirm that turnaround that I could see coming, just to go with the pattern it's shaping up. But let's take a look at the Canadian dollar. Yeah, the Canadian dollar. Yeah, this is kind of just hovering out of nowhere. I think this could definitely come down tomorrow. Maybe this comes down, turns around. But yeah, this to me looks like this isn't a strong move up on the Canadian dollar. It looks weak. So I could see this coming down just like I could see the USDCAD having that rebound to the upside tomorrow. Okay, lastly, the USD yen. Look at that. Big move on the USD yen today, breaking out of this 110.23 resistance. So I talked about this resistance. We're hitting that wall, pulling back, finding support, 108.31, pulling up, hitting some resistance, holding some support, and then boom, huge breakout. Now, if you watch my videos for a while now, you're going to know that when you have a big rangy breakout like that, you can definitely expect a pullback. Support is going to be 110, but that's far down there. So we got to look at 111. 111 is going to be support. If it busts through 111, I'd be looking for more downside and a possible a sell. If we look at the USD yen on the 240 and the 60, you can see that wall hit at 11.59 today. And the 240, it doesn't get much more hint of a downside when you look at this. Long upper wick. The bulls were in control. We got this selling. The momentum is definitely to the downside. I think there's more downside on the USD yen tomorrow. Let's take a look at the yen futures. It's going to look just the mirrored opposite to the downside. So yeah, we're just falling off a cliff basically here, and I think there's more upside rebound coming. We're obviously bearish, just like we're bullish on the USD yen, but short term, as in tomorrow, I'm expecting more upside. Look at that big drop on the 60. You got to expect some more upside before if it continues this downtrend. So look for that rebound. Okay, that is the analysis for February 19th with Light Forex. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.